Marvel's cosmos isn't just planets and aliens. It's a stacked ladder of god-tier beings, and most of them could erase the Avengers with a thought. Today we're climbing that ladder from the bottom to the literal top, breaking down every major cosmic entity and exactly where they rank. Let's start with the guy everybody knows, the World Eater himself, Galactus. Galactus is the survivor of the universe that existed before ours, reborn as a cosmic force who has to devour entire planets just to stay alive. He's not evil, he's a fundamental necessity of the universe, a balancing weight that ranks alongside death and eternity. And when he skips too many meals, he sends out heralds like the Silver Surfer to find him fresh worlds to eat. The Celestials are those enormous armored space gods you saw in the Eternals movie, and they've been experimenting on primitive life across the cosmos for billions of years. They created the Eternals and the Deviants, and they literally seeded humanity's potential for powers. Kill one, and its corpse becomes a place, like Nowhere, which is a severed celestial head. The Watchers are an ancient race sworn to observe everything in the universe without ever interfering. Wadu, the one who watches Earth, breaks that vow constantly because he can't help himself when things get dire. In the MCU, it's Wada who narrates the What If series, quietly witnessing every branching timeline. Death is the physical embodiment of the end of all things, and she's one of the oldest forces in existence. Thanos is famously, obsessively in love with her, which is the real reason he wiped out half the universe. It was basically a courtship gift. She appears differently to everyone, sometimes a beautiful woman, sometimes a skeletal figure. Eternity is the living embodiment of time and all of space, literally the entire universe given consciousness and form. When you see that starfield-covered cosmic silhouette, that's eternity itself, and every living being is technically a cell inside him. He's one of the most powerful beings in all of creation, sitting just below the true abstracts. Infinity is eternity's feminine counterpart, representing all of space where eternity represents all of time. Together they form two halves of the same cosmic coin. She's shown up to counsel heroes and even battled her own dark reflection during major cosmic events. Oblivion is the embodiment of nothingness and non-existence, the darker sibling to eternity and infinity. Where death ends individual lives, Oblivion represents the total absence of everything. He's endlessly scheming to expand his own emptiness and has manipulated heroes and villains alike to erase reality. These two are abstract beings representing the fundamental forces of order and chaos that keep the universe balanced. They usually operate as a pair, since one can't exist without the other. In modern comics, they merged into a terrifying entity called the First Firmament's Servant, but classically, they're the cosmic referees of structure versus randomness. The in-betweener is a wild, two-faced creation of order and chaos, embodying all the dualities in existence: life and death, good and evil, logic and emotion. His whole design is split down the middle to show those opposites. He's chaotic and unpredictable, which makes him dangerous even to other cosmic beings. The Stranger is a mysterious wanderer who collects specimens of powerful beings across the universe like a cosmic curator. Nobody's fully sure what he is or where his power ceiling actually sits, which is kind of the point. He's abducted mutants and villains to study them, treating the whole galaxy as his laboratory. The Beyonder came from a realm outside our universe entirely and had power so absurd he casually orchestrated the original Secret Wars just to understand desire. At his peak, he could rewrite reality on a whim, resurrect the dead, and reshape planets. Later stories retconned him as an immature cosmic cube-like being, but that early version was near omnipotent. The Phoenix Force is the cosmic embodiment of life and rebirth, the primal fire of creation that burns so everything else can grow. It bonds with hosts like Jean Grey, granting nearly limitless power but risking total destruction. When it goes Dark Phoenix, it can devour entire stars and the billions of lives orbiting them. The Living Tribunal is the three-faced judge who oversees the entire multiverse and ensures cosmic balance between all realities. Each of his faces represents equity, necessity, and vengeance, and no single force can outrank his verdicts. He answers only to the being above everything, making him basically the multiverse's Supreme Court. Above even the Living Tribunal sits a mysterious entity, sometimes called above all others, tied to the very fabric of the multiverse and its judgment. It's rarely shown and deliberately kept vague, existing as a bridge between the tribunal and the absolute top. Think of it as the last checkpoint before you reach the creator himself. The one above all is the supreme being of all Marvel existence, omnipotent, omniscient, and completely benevolent. It's strongly implied that this entity is a stand-in for the creators themselves, meaning the writers and artists like Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Nobody outranks him, nobody opposes him, and he's appeared as everything from a beggar to Jack Kirby himself. So which of these cosmic titans is your favorite? The hungry giant, the faceless judge, or the being who's basically you watching this video? Drop it in the comments, smash that like button, and subscribe to Prometheus LF for more Marvel deep dives.